Yeah, well, I mean, they've got a fair amount of content, certainly on the animation side. They have been building that backlog. Ted Sarandos has been talking about his excitement for animation for quite some time. They haven't made totally clear how long they can continue to go without production, but they did say in yesterday's earnings call that they've started to revamp production in certain parts of the world, and there are other parts where they never had to close. So knowing Netflix, they will make this work. They will produce content where they can, and you know, we should all expect that there will be plenty of new shows coming out of Netflix over the next year.
Julia, if we ask the same question of all of the kind of platforms, are Netflix in a better or worse position than others?
Well, Netflix would certainly say it's in a better position. And I would actually say, well, that the fact that Netflix is such a global company and it does have productions all over the world is really proving to be a huge advantage right now. They have productions going on right now in shooting in places all over the world, like Iceland. They're even doing a little bit here in Los Angeles, but it's mostly global. And they've been able to keep up that production now for months. So Netflix has been at the cutting edge, using the fact that they have those roots as a technology company to figure out how to do it safely. And they've also been investing a lot in some of these things like documentaries and reality TV programming, which may not be as expensive, may not sort of require as much in terms of intensive production with crews of hundreds of people. So I think they really are ahead, and they have been leading the charge, especially when it comes to restarting those productions. But he said they're good in terms of content through the end of this year. The fact that they release all their seasons at once, as opposed to one show at a time, is going to prove an advantage here.
And Ari, in terms of feature-length movies, the pressure that's obviously on all of the movie theater chains helping Netflix and other streamers to change the debate as to whether or not they should be getting first releases or not long-term?
I think that's not debatable. The value of Netflix and its ability to provide its own feature-length films, also to do deals with any other studio to bring its content. They clearly have the biggest, they have the biggest audience base, 192 million global subscribers, and you know the value of that subscription just continues to prove itself. Whether or not the studios continue to be so favorable in how they view Netflix, that's up for discussion. But the value of Netflix and its ability, to outpace all of its rivals at this point, I think, is unquestioned.
Julia, what next for Reed Hastings? Is he going to retire in the next year or two?
No, I think he's going to stick around. He said a decade. We'll see if he lasts that long. But I think it'll be interesting to see, as he and Sarandos together run Netflix, what Hastings' other philanthropic ventures are, because he's been doing a lot of interesting things. He's invested in some ed tech companies, and he made this commitment that Netflix was going to be working with banks that have traditionally black banks to help drive money there. So I think he's really thinking very comprehensively about how to use his resources, both at Netflix and as someone who has a lot to donate, to really make a lot of change in this world.